Number 1.
Imagine traveling non-stop at up to 670 miles per hour, above land or underground. This is Hyperloop, a new mode of transportation that has been developed by Hyperloop One. It moves over the stator. Hyperloop One's unique technology uses magnetic levitation to guide and lift the pod off the track. Nearly all of the air inside the Hyperloop tube is removed using a series of vacuum pumps. This effectively creates our own sky inside the tube, as if you are quietly flying at 200,000 feet above sea level. This reduces drag so only the smallest amount of electricity is needed to achieve extraordinary speeds, and creates a more cost and energy-efficient system than high-speed rail or airline transport. Hyperloop One will be automated by the most advanced systems in the world, allowing a safe and efficient journey that's never delayed or overbooked. Hyperloop is the first new form of public transportation in over 100 years.
Number 2.
.5 million kilometers from Earth, it's 195 times farther than the Moon. To study the effects on the human body of spending months in space, run for longer trips away from Earth, deep space walking techniques, and solar electric propulsion, all of which will need to be perfected before any human mission to Mars can move forward. NASA's calling the third and final phase of putting astronauts on Mars Earth independent. Thanks to successful missions like the Curiosity rover, we've already begun to learn a ton about potential exploration zones. The next NASA rover is scheduled to touch down in 2020 and will have company. Europe, China, India, the United Arab Emirates, and SpaceX all plan on taking advantage of the summer 2020 launch window, when the planets will be at their shortest distances from one another, to deliver rovers and orbiters to the Red Planet. The 2020 rover will also help NASA figure out the entry, descent, and landing techniques needed to get down to the Martian surface from orbit, and to learn what's needed to live off the land. NASA is also planning a round-trip robotic mission that will return to Earth with samples sometime in the late 2020s. But to make that defining moment in human history happen, when a human foot steps down on Martian soil, NASA will have to overcome two massive challenges that could make this one of the most expensive megaprojects in human history: designing a spacecraft that can support a survivable trip to Mars and back, and designing a propulsion system that can deliver that craft and then bring it home. Given the daunting challenges, the trip to Mars seems like the perfect opportunity for national governments to put aside our differences and our instincts to compete with one another, and instead form a global space agency. That way we can make sure our precious resources here on Earth are being used most efficiently. If one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind was true for Neil Armstrong's touchdown on the Moon, imagine the worldwide impact of the first step on Mars.
Number 3. Number 4.
Eventually, radio frequency technology like Wi-Fi and cellular networks will no longer keep up with demand. But imagine you had Li-Fi. Li-Fi doesn't use radio frequencies. It uses the light spectrum, which can open up 1,000 times more bandwidth. Li-Fi will be an integral part of the future of wireless networks such as 5G. With Li-Fi, we can efficiently use our existing light infrastructures to provide high-speed, secure wireless communications. Li-Fi does not interfere with radio frequencies, which means you can use it in hospitals, power plants, petrochemical plants, and airplanes. The illumination area of Li-Fi is confined to the area that the light touches, which means that unlike Wi-Fi, your signal remains hidden to anyone outside this area. The light is controllable. Simply shut the door or pull the blinds to protect your network from prying eyes.